Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This is probably one of the most important videos you're ever going to watch of mine, and it's not a new one. The exact thing I'm about to tell you now is the exact same thing that I said in 2021. It's no different, exactly the same. In fact, every single person that listened to me in 2021 and did what I said, they put £3,000 into this CRO app and they locked it for 6 months to get their credit card. Every single person who did that, 6 months later, took out £30,000. I'm just saying, same thing's going to happen. So, this is your chance. You're not late. I mean, you're a bit late, but you're not late. You're okay. Here's what's going to happen. Crypto.com, and there used to be an affiliate link that I used to be able to give out. I can't do that anymore because regulations in the UK, they're not allowed to. So, you just have to go directly to the website. Just go to Crypto.com. It's all you need to do. And sign up. If you watch the F1, the UFC, the Spanish Football League, you all know who they are. They've got the best branding out there. One of the reasons I'm bullish, as long as the CEO Chris doesn't go altruistic or decide to embezzle customer funds and become a degenerate gambler, we should be safe. Depending on regulations and things, I think we're in a good place. So let's have a look at this and see where we stand. By the way, number 3 in the financial apps of all times at the moment, Crypto.com, doing very well at the moment. Alright, so let's have a look at this, shall we, and talk about where we are. Crypto.com, just go to the website. All you need to do, very, very simple, go up to products and go to metal Visa cards. That's all we're going to do right now. Really easy. Also, download the app. When you put the app onto your phone, you will have the opportunity... Oh, I need to put in a PIN number. Bear with me a second. Okay. You will have the opportunity to be able to do this. Alright, so one of the things that you have to consider here is that there are different options available to you. The absolute top package, by the way, is the £300,000 package. If you were to stake this, this is the top package. It gets you Crypto.com private, bonus interests, you get staking rewards of 7%, you get airport lounge with one guest, you get additional spending rewards, you get 10% back on Airbnb and Expedia, and 100% back on Netflix, Spotify, and Amazon Prime. Now, originally, that's why I started this. If you go back to the very beginning here, this is what they say is the most popular option here, which is £3,000 pounds worth of CRO, dollars wherever you are. But you can actually get started on the baby option as well for £300. Now, you don't need to do this. If you don't want to do this, then don't do this. Just get the CRO and hold it. Because to do this, you have to lock up these CRO on the app for 6 months. So just bear that in mind. Right, so let's have a look and talk about this first and foremost before we go any deeper into this. And to do that, I just want to bring up my trusted chart. All right, here we are. So, Crypto.com. So it never used to be called CRO. It actually used to be called a different token, MCO I believe it was, and then they rebranded. There was a load of stuff around it. People weren't too sure. It took off like when it rebranded, kind of back in 2020. There was a bit of a dump down. If you bought into this period here, I mean, well played, because this token went up to $1. So if you were able to buy back at the start of 2021, at the very beginning of 2021, and you rode that up to the top, you were looking at a 10... you're not looking at that. You're looking at a 1,000% increase, right? So you were looking at a 10x at the time. More than that. So just bear in mind that the sort of gains that we are looking to make here, they're how can I say this? They're proven. They've been done before, okay? So we know this is possible. So, I didn't do that, by the way. That's not when I got in. I actually got in quite late to this. When I got in initially, it was actually around this time here, somewhere around May. It wasn't. It was somewhere before this. It was, I believe I got in somewhere between April, so actually between this peak here, all the way down to June. This is where I learned how to DCA and buy the dip and buy the dippity dip and buy the dip of the dip, and I bought all the way down here. And I think this pullback, if I remember rightly when we did this pullback was like 60%. This was harsh. And I was like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here, but I trusted myself and I held it, and absolutely it took off. And because I was locked, there was nothing I could do here anyway. I was staked for 6 months, which is kind of a good thing in a way, because it stopped me selling. I had no chance to sell. And so from about here, for what was, I think it was about 180 days, to about here, I was locked. At which point I was at break even, and it was at the point when it was just starting to pick up. So by the time I checked, it was starting to pick up, and I just thought I'll watch and see how it goes. And I cashed out. I think I cashed out at like 70 or 80 cents. I didn't go all the way up, but yeah, I cashed out near the top. I was really happy with that. I've had a bit of CRO since, but I had a lot of problems. There were a lot of challenges with their customer support. Their customer support has been horrific. It's been terrible. In fact, their customer support is probably the worst customer support I've seen. You know, I've seen rug pulls with better customer support than CRO. However, just a couple of days ago on Twitter, I was having a chat with Chris, the CEO. So if you haven't seen or followed him, he's worth checking out. So we were having a chat, and I told him basically, you know, that there was a problem and that I wasn't happy. You can actually see the conversation there. So that's Chris from Crypto.com. I basically said, look, here's a problem with your support. He said it had been escalated. I said, thanks. He said, look, we're looking into it. I said, okay. The support got straight back to me, fixed my issue of 2 years that day. Fixed it. Done. And I don't know if that was just because Chris put pressure on them, and I obviously don't want to have to lean to the CEO to be like, talk to your support, but he did say recently in a Twitter post that he's on dealing with it, and they know that it's a problem, and they're going to fix it, and they're working on it. So I think it could be definitely something that they focus on, not using an outsourced call center with templated scripts, because that's been the biggest problem, but real live knowledgeable experts, like investing some decent money into their support system, would be beneficial. But with that being said, I stocked up. Now, my dad actually got in as well, but he got in a little bit late. He's still holding. So my dad held all the way up and then all the way back down because he got in quite late. And my dad's kind of 6 months staking, I think, started around here. And so by the time his 6 months were up, which was like, 180 days, it had already dumped back down to about here somewhere, at which point he said I'm just going to hold it. It went up in there, and then it dumped down, and it's been down here. So he's held it the whole way through. You know, his money. So he had 3 grand, got it up to 30 grand, didn't cash out. It crashed back down, and so he's still holding it. What I've been doing, and he hasn't done anything else with that. What I've been doing pretty much since 2023, throughout most of 2023, and I'll be honest, I didn't have that much money because I got pretty wrecked, so I wasn't able to at the start. But towards the end of 2023, so I think we were looking at anywhere from kind of August onwards, so August to October, towards November. So around this mark here, I was buying in. And I was buying in on the way up as well. And I had an average buying price of 5.5 cents. An average buying price of 5.5 cents. And so I put in approximately $175,000 into CRO. And that afforded me 3 million tokens. So I'm actually holding 3 million CRO at the moment. It's one of my biggest holdings. I haven't disclosed that before. I haven't talked to anyone about that. It's kind of just been my quiet little nest egg. Some of it is staked because I have just upgraded to the top tier package. So now I've got the Crypto.com private, the platinum card, and that requires £300,000 to be staked. And so I could have waited for 6 months and then staked it, and I would have, obviously, it would have been a lot cheaper because if CRO goes up. So what I'm looking to do is stake it for 6 months now, and then in 6 months' time, hopefully, if all goes well and CRO's at $1, I can restake it. And then I'll be able to pull a lot more. I'll be able to pull out my initial investment plus some. That's the goal. So where are we at the moment? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Because pretty much this year, we started, I would say, we had a little run up towards the end of last year. So this is sort of October time, around November, December, January. And we had a bit of a pullback down to 7 cents, which was an incredible entry, by the way, incredible entry. So we're talking about beginning of February. So we're currently sitting up 100% right now, 100% from the beginning of February. This is still a good price. I simply don't know if you're going to get this entry again. I really don't know if you're going to get this entry again. It doesn't look like it's going to come back down. And so it's possible. It's possible. Maybe we do. Maybe we see there's some trend lines here you'll be able to see. Maybe we get a bit of a pullback. Maybe we do come back and try 13 again. But we're coming up to 18 cents, and then after this, I don't think we come back down again. I think we go. I don't want you to get left behind, which is why I'm doing this video, and I've really not wanted to do it for a long time because, you know, I did this last season. I told everyone about it. I don't need to tell everyone about it again. Everyone knows. You should already know about this. But if you don't, if there's for some reason you don't know or you've got no exposure to it, then absolutely get some exposure to CRO. I don't care what you're doing or what you're playing with. Get some exposure in CRO. I highly recommend it. All right, so let's close this down and go and have a look at what we're doing here. So coming across to their website, we're going to go to the visa.com website. Here we go. Oh, no, sorry, the crypto.com website. Whatever you're on. So if you're in dollars, it'll be different. I'm in pounds in the UK here. So you have to lock up. Now you can get a free card with no lockup. All right, you can get a free card. Midnight Blue. Cool. Nice. Get a Midnight Blue card. You don't get any bonuses with it, but you get a card. Great. It's a prepaid debit card, so you put the money on the app and then you can spend it once it's on there. If you put £300 into a Ruby Steel, if you're in a position to do this, I highly recommend doing this. You stake it for 6 months. You'll get 1% in CRO rewards, and I just recommend doing that. And you'll also get first 6 months of Spotify, so nice as well. All right, good. Now that you've done that, you want to be working to this. Now this is where I came in originally. I actually went for the Royal Indigo. I had the blue card, okay? But you can get the Royal Indigo or the Jade Green. Now, they've changed a lot of their rewards. It's not like it used to be now, but you can still get some rewards, which is nice to have. So you get your first 6 months of Spotify and your first 6 months of Netflix you can get as well, which is nice. All right, cool. If you do get into the situation where you've got £30,000 and you want to go for the Frosted Rose Gold or the Icy White, you can. And then if you're Billy Big Balls and you decide you're going to stick 300 grand in, then you can get some really nice rewards on top of that. So not only do you get Spotify completely, you also get Netflix completely, you get Amazon Prime completely, you get X Premium for the first 6 or 12 months, Expedia, Airbnb, you get airport lounge access, which I love, by the way. There's nothing nicer than going to your airport lounge when you're flying, flashing your Crypto.com card, and they just let you and a guest in, which is lovely. Crypto.com private, don't know what this is yet. I'm about to have a look at it, so I haven't had a chance to look into it yet. I don't know what any of this else is. I'm waiting for my welcome pack. It should be on its way. I've got a private jet partnership, which I don't think I'm going to use, but we'll have a look into that. So I'm assuming discounts on private jets, but I'm not there yet. I'm not balling at that level, and I don't intend to. So you also get some free ATM withdrawals per month on your card, which is nice. You've also got limits you can use, so just be aware of those. But they're pretty much locked. So you know your top up limit and your withdrawal limit are the same per month, but it's fine. That's only for cash machines. Alright, so with that being said, there's your card, so you know what to do. Now, when you're in the app and you're using the card, this is how I started, by the way, back in 2021. So what you are able to do with this is, let me just see if I can show you on here. If you go to, let me just find it. I think it's in home, or it could be in accounts, bear with me. I'm just trying to find out where it is. It's actually changed, so I don't know where stuff is anymore. I need to find it. Pay. There we go. So on the home screen, there's an option called Pay. Okay? So if you go to Pay, can't really see it on there, but if you go to Pay, there is an option on here where you can get cash back. So it even tells you like things that you can do. If you pay using your Crypto.com card, you get some cash back in CRO, which is really nice. You can get it on Ledger. You can get it on other kind of things. There's even like shops and stuff. That you can do stuff on. Now, what I used to do, and I'm just checking, yeah, they still do it, look, gift cards. So you can go to Pay and you can go to gift cards. I'm really sorry if my camera doesn't show this very well. I'm trying to show it to you. Now, in gift cards, you can actually go here, and I've actually got 10 gift cards still at the moment. Just Eat, Pizza Hut, Uber Eats, Sports Direct, Nike, TK Maxx, Deliveroo, Signworld, Uber. Get 2.5% back on Uber. Now this is the one that I was using. All right, this is the one that I was using as the UK Marks and Spencer's UK. All right, Curry's, PC World, John Lewis, Primark, Tesco's. You get 2.5% cash back every single week. I go shopping and I do my grocery shopping. We go to Marks and Spencer's and we do our grocery shopping, and I buy a gift card on this app. I pay for my shopping with a gift card and I get 2.5% back in CRO from my weekly shop. I do the same thing when I fill up with petrol, and I've been doing this consistently for years now. I want you to understand what I'm saying to you. I get cash back in CRO, and the cheaper CRO is, the more I get of it. When that pumps, this is not complicated. It is not difficult. I got my mum to use this. I got my dad to use this. I got my partner to use this. I got all of my friends to use this. Everybody who knows me will vouch for this. This shit works. It just works. My mum has not paid for shopping in years. She hasn't had to, because this is how we used to do it. And this was when CRO was floating between 5 and 10 cents. We would buy the gift cards at 5 cents, and at 10 cents we would cash out this CRO that we had. So sorry, I apologise. Let me correct myself. We would buy the CRO at 5 cents and we would hold it. When it got to 10 cents, we would buy the gift cards, and then we would cash out the rest of the CRO, getting back our initial investment. When it dropped back down to 5 cents, we would buy it again. I was just literally swing trading the 5 to 10 cent of the CRO when it was in that range, and we were getting free food every week, plus 2.5% cash back every week. It was that simple. It was that simple. So I can't stress this enough. I can't stress this enough. It is my biggest holding at the moment to date. If you look at my portfolio, Honeyland is my second biggest, but my biggest portfolio at the moment, and it's been swinging. It's been swinging. Like, I was down at, one part of this year I was down to 500k. I'm back up to like 800k. I'm sort of sitting at 700 at the moment. I don't care. I'm not even interested in the price right now. This, to me, this one investment alone, this one investment here, is multi-million pounds. When I cash this out, this is how I look at this. I'm not looking at 500k, 6, 7, 800k. I don't care. I'm looking at the potential possibility of CRO hitting $5. Let me explain why. Let me tell you why I believe this is possible. At the moment, CRO is priced at 15 cents. Okay, its all-time high, if we look on the left-hand side here and we scroll down, its all-time high was 96 cents, and its all-time low was 1 cent. Okay, so let's come back and we look in the last year. We look at the last month. There we go. Lowest was 8 cents, highest was 18 cents. Look in the last year, lowest was 4 cents, highest was 18 cents. Look in the last 24 hours, 15 cents, 16 cents. So there you go. You get an idea, right? So I don't know. Look at what you can do. So whether you're going to put in $100, whether you're going to put in $1,000, whatever you're going to put into this, have a look at how much CRO that will get you. All right, because that's the important thing here. So you're putting $100 now, you're getting 626. All right, so you're putting $100 now, you're going to get back, if this goes to $1, you're going to get back $626. Easy. Easy money. All right, I don't think you need to worry about it. So let's have a look. Now, forgetting all the audits and all the other stuff, no one cares about any of that stuff. Let's have a look at what's important here. We're looking at the total supply. There's 30 billion tokens. It's quite a lot. It's a lot of tokens. It is. And it's not just the app. They've got the Cronus network. They've got the exchange. They've also got the app. I think the app is the only thing I should focus on personally. I just don't think anything else matters. But we've got the halving coming up. The halving is coming up in just over a month's time. All right, we've got a 30 billion market cap, of which there's 26, 87% is in circulating supply right now. All right, so max supply is 30 billion, 26 billion is in supply at the moment. It has a market cap of 4.2 billion. All right, 4.2 billion. Fully diluted market cap of 4.8. What is it going to take? All right, what is it going to take if we go to cryptocurrencies in general? We just have a look at the overall. Let's just go to CoinMarketCap, go to the home page, and let's have a look at the market cap of some of these tokens right now. So XRP at the moment, okay, is sitting at 34 billion. All right. Whereas if you look at something like Crypto.com, if we go back to this again, Crypto.com at the moment is sitting at 4.2 billion. Okay. So if Crypto.com was to 10x, it would be sitting around the levels of where XRP is right now in terms of market cap, roughly. A bit higher, but roughly. Solana at the moment, obviously Solana's got an incredible market cap at the moment, but again, 64 billion, 72 billion, Tether at 100 billion, Ethereum at 469 billion, 1.3 trillion in Bitcoin. All right, so now let's have a look, and we talk about these numbers, but what does this actually mean? Well, let's go back to the markets and let's have a quick look at the total money in crypto. This is the entire crypto market right now. The entire crypto market right now, 2.5 trillion. $2.5 trillion, right? And at its absolute height, at its peak, it was at 3 trillion. We've never been above 3 trillion. I think we've got the potential to go up to about 7 trillion, maybe 7.5 trillion before the government start getting nervous and needing to classify and do something with this, because at the moment there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of pushback, there's been a lot of laughing. Crypto's a joke, crypto's dead, crypto's not serious, crypto's dangerous. There's all of this stuff. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then they join you. Right, that's the story, or something along those lines. But at the moment, I think we've got room to double up to 5 trillion, possibly up to a region of like 7 to 7.5 trillion in this cycle. I see this is possible. And then we can start going a lot higher, but that's getting into another realm, right? So we're not there yet. So I definitely see the possibility of us hitting between 5 and 7.5 trillion in terms of a total market cap this cycle. So if we were to double our total market cap, okay, and I'm not looking at what's going to go into DeFi or anything else, because if you look at something like the total DeFi and everything else at the moment, there's only 113 billion in here. So when we look at how the money's separated and where it is, how much of it's in Bitcoin, how much of it is everywhere else, it's actually quite easy to see how it is possible for something like Crypto.com, which if we look at the moment is like 33 on the token list, right? It's got a long way to go. It's got a lot of potential, it's got a long way to go. So I think there's room for growth. I think it's possible. I think this can 10x quite easily. It's done it before. It can do it again. I think we're in a different time now. I think there's a lot of different stuff happening at the moment. And so getting hold of this Crypto.com Visa card, getting all of your cash back that you can get at the moment, and being in a position where you are prepared, I think this is a smart thing for you to be able to do. I think this is a smart thing for you to be able to do, to be able to hold one of these, depending on your risk preference and also your portfolio. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You don't want to do that. But at the very least, you can go over to my Twitter, and as long as you are following me, I did put a post out earlier, I'm going to give away some of these tokens. So I'm going to give 100 a CRO away, and that's basically going to be for every 100 new followers that I get, I'm going to add another 100 CRO into the pot. Now, I'm not looking at the current price of CRO. As far as I'm concerned, that's $100 I'm giving you. And I'm going to give that away. I'll do a Twitter picker next week. And so as long as you've liked and retweeted this, I can see 37 likes and 33 retweets. So as long as you are following me and you have liked and retweeted this, I will add your name automatically using Twitter picker. And then you might be able to get yourself 100 CRO airdropped free of charge. So even if you don't have the money to buy CRO at the moment, I'm still giving you the opportunity to get some. All right? All you have to do is follow, head over to Steve Woody on Twitter. Just follow me. Make sure it's me, because there's a lot of fake accounts at the moment. People, unfortunately, are starting to scam and use me as a fake profile. So just be aware it's really me. It's genuine. And you can do that just by looking at my profile, making sure you get the right one. So I've got 12,200 followers. Something around that. All right, 12,240 followers at the moment. All right, 12,240. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. So every 100 new followers that I get, I'll add another 100 CRO into the pot, and we'll do that next week. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all I've got to share with you at the moment. Crypto.com. Don't miss it. Don't sleep on it. Render's already absolutely popping off at the moment. We are starting to see some of these alt caps start to pick up and start to go. If you look at what Render's doing at the moment, in fact, just look at some of these tokens just to give you some concepts of where we currently are in this market cycle. All-time high right now. Look at this. Look at this just beautiful graph, right? Look at this. So let's look at some other tokens as well, shall we? Let's look at the graph. All right. The graph is starting to pick back up. Nowhere near where it was at the moment, but definitely starting to pick up. Let's look at Link. How's Link doing at the moment? Starting to recover. Still a long way to go, but let's look at Coty. How's Coty doing at the moment? Incredible growth. Everything's starting to explode. Let's look at Quant. Quant, not really taken off at the moment compared to where it is going to go, but yeah. Arweave, absolutely destroying it at the moment. Arweave was one of my best investments. You know, buying this all the way last year, down at like $3-4. It's now sitting at $42. That was an easy 10x, and I still think it's got room to go. I still believe we see all-time highs in Arweave as things move on. Theta, again, just disgusting growth in this token, and nothing compared to... I believe everything's going to all-time highs here. Don is another token that I've just bought an absolute ton of. I've been buying this token for a long time. I believe in it. If this goes anywhere near where it was before, this is going to be ridiculous. So I'm very, very excited and keen to see the potential for yield farming and what happens here. Cake, I think, can still make a recovery. It's made a lovely growth. If you bought this down at $1, you're laughing now. These are just insane buys at the moment. ADA as well, still quite cheap. Matic as well, still quite a good buy. AVAX is still a great buy. If you wasn't able to get in at $10, we're still looking at AVAX with the potential of hitting 100 plus. So this has still got room to like 4 or 5x from where it is at the moment. Solana already doing amazing things, still got space to go. It still looks like it can 100% ROI on this. Ethereum, I'm not really playing with Ethereum at the moment. I mean, you can, I'm not. I just choose not to. It's not a token for me. But CRO, as you can see, starting to make those moves, but nowhere near where it can potentially get back to. And I'm still expecting it, at the very, very, very least, I am expecting it to sit back around this range. So from here, you should at least see a 200%, if not a 600%, but I reckon you're going to see a 10x on this token. So yeah, definitely something I would recommend getting involved in. It's worth checking out. Ronin doing crazy stuff at the moment. Axie starting to pick back up at the moment. A lot of other games as well, including Illuvium, starting to pick up at the moment. Some really good stuff out there at the moment. Honeyland being the one that I'm watching more than anything else at the moment. I think that those two tokens alone are going to be incredible. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Take care. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.